sickening star, a sick discharge, a witnessing a slick and charge, a whip with bars. My lyrics on my bitch, I bark, so let me talk. Your criticism's not on par. It's time I called you out, cause I'm tired of all the shade and all your titles. I'm tired of all the masquerade paraded by your idols. Lobotomize the fame and we're the same, but what do I know? I'm a grain in all the oceans till my name is with a spinal. I'm tired of all the shade and all your titles. I'm tired of all the masquerade paraded by your idols. Lobotomize the fame and we're the same, but what do I know? I'm a grain in all the oceans till my name is with a spinal. Qotsa amaqanda ulimba umsalusela amanzi amagama jika ngomqala. Hey fuck weddings utshintsha sukhala but inyala. I am a regular. They sell C's, I'm trying to connect with Nebula. So don't confuse my lyrics for my exterior. I'm not too far to drop bombs on barriers. Carry us and hope, bury us and wishes. All you know is marry us and strokes, bury us and bitches bought for life. Bury us and bitches bought for life, immune to all the antics. All I see are glitches. The system is a maze, rearranging the resistance. So accept my G's aligned, I reject all the gimmicks. Nitlagane 90, just accept what you witness. Never let your ego intercept into my district. I'm tired of all the shade and all your titles. Shade and all your titles. Lobotomize the tired of all the shade and all your titles. Your idols. Lobotomize the fame and with the oceans till my name is with a spinal.
Nga abandi matada ashango na mashaka tambudzana nga chao abatoti nonivona na muraro ndi matada huko shota na mugayo ndichituwa vako jena vako kwashe ndiko mbura chikompura ndiko fasa fora basi misa hagwe na upasa imatangoni tozulera no mugada maduwa chibonga ndi miwa yakono konderera ene mwana uva machero nusika lichisivara nohumura ene tale wanga asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa anesitiva siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa anesitiva siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa anesitiva siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa anesitiva siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya ndiatiputisa panana ukono konderera ukono konderera toto tsurani nai spinga chote nabo makhosha nitichaya marat farikobe dambura ngaye iya chaya chimwe chipinga ndumburo riringa shaba makara hawa wendi yabashaba kapumune mtoti baby niko titi yabuya itomubela baby chisika chamuya ubona ene baby kande zingamuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa anesitiva siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa asamarira ndichituwa siya baba alimwetuwa nitobuya asamarira ndichituwa alimwetuwa nitobuya. Yeah, it's ganja. And last night, it's a way of life. Don't got to the door, that's the word also was one. Sure, yeah. Again and again, yeah. Again and again, yeah. Let's get it, yeah. Last night I had a good time. All the people that I met last night, I wanna meet you again. All the liquor that we drink it again. I ended that way last night, I wanna hit it again. This sex I'm mature on the Roras Lala. Ikati kumba zamani baba chakofusa bonyongo. Arodo panda, rodo GM konyo. Nera jini, kopo jipodo ni rotiko sinamini. Angparambiri, low key, nendi kono ngane mune. Dari lollipop utorindi se amune. Pusha younger life time, I wanna do it again. All the night I wanna meet you again. Drank last night, I wanna drink it again. Night, I wanna hit it again. I had a good time. All the people that, all the cat that we drank last night, I wanna drink it again. That we last night.
Father, forgive me, for you know that I have sinned. Father, forgive me, for you know that I have sinned. I didn't know where to go, need a hand. I'm out of practice, so I don't know where to begin. They say that you are the judge and the jury, so I do not have to pretend. Father, I'm pardoning again. Wish that I never knew knowledge, then maybe I wouldn't know sin. This world evolving, so I don't know who to befriend. How do I share who I am without being the one who offends? Singing the Bible, you tell me not it. Pardon my language, forgive me, I pray you ain't mad. Father, I swear I'm prepared, but you know I'm probably gonna do it again. Father, forgive me, oh Father, forgive me, for you know that I have sinned. Need a hand. I'm out of practice, so I don't know where to begin. Father, forgive me, oh Father, forgive me, for you know that I sinned. Closing in, I feel the pressure, sometimes I can barely breathe. They say good pray at the bridge to 1,000 dreams. Please meet me halfway, cause this journey is cutting deep. I need your guidance, I need your reach, see. You so poetic, that means if I'm lost then I'll find Father and you the divine. Man, you turn water to wine. That means you turn all my sorrows to joy, and I finally find a place in this world that ain't mine.
Welcome to Chitangani Radio. You tuned in with the sounds and Goma. Now playing Kelly's Talking by the one and only N. McBunda. Kelly, what you doing? Kelly, what you doing? Why you don't give up? Why you don't give up? Did the devil send you? Did the devil send you? No, this time. Oh, from the rumble. Ellie the mo. Ellie the no. Ellie the night. I've seen you still. Ellie the mo. Ellie the no. Ellie the night. I've seen you still.
You're still tuned in to Chitangani Radio with your host, The Sound Sangoma. Now playing Miss Ruby Gold, To Be Loved.
Cherished and cared for, nothing can break us apart, love. I have a dream, it needs to be loved.
Chitangani Radio is powered by the Unsigned Playlist from Anderson Entertainment. Go check it out.
A love that's priceless and harmless to the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you for staying with us. Chitangani Radio. This is OK Malum.
I'm happy that you came into my life. You don't wanna make a perfect wife. I won't ever put you to the side. Race and race me. My lovey. Oh, my bambo, lovey, bunny. Minang funo mundo. Funo mundo. Minang funo mundo. Funo mundo. Oh, no time, no longer. Oh, no time, no longer. Oh, no time, no longer.
Bagithi bathi bafuna intombi njengawe. Mamela when I speak to you, 'cause you are the kind of girl bafuna kuwenza umagoba. Izakumi stand by izakumi chedi. Please jonga alpha. Izakumi chedi.
When no young mangas are, oh young mangas. When no young mangas are, oh young mangas. Umligo, 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 umligo. Minang funo mundo. Minang funo mundo.
Recitadores a tudo, rich.
Okay, Ari Jene live, very live. Welcome. Thank you very much to everybody. Apologies to everybody if the network is gonna be a problem a little bit. Just bear with us. But as promised, Hinda, I have my guest, Mr. Aluwani. Varmi,
Ndio.
what of you warning up?
Niko seperti sama. Takala rotakala.
I'm
Aulila ndimtenda.
Takaro Yamboro Shop. So we're gonna get into it. Like you saw, Mr. Aluwani, CEO of Tampa Media, as you can see at the background. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Aluwani?
My name is Aluwani. My surname is Mahode. I see most of the people call me Mr. Aluwani because they don't know my surname.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't wanna call it wrong. You know what I mean? We don't wanna offend
Yeah,
you. You know.
yeah. My surname is Mahode. I was born and raised in Venda. I was born in a village called Rufuletu. Yeah, people call it Hachisere.
And Kobo on
Just
phone.
close to Toyando. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm 27 years old. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more like it.
Cool. So we want to celebrate you here at the Indie State. And from our conversation offline, you already know this is a platform for us to celebrate all the people who are pushing the indie market, who are in the background. We want to know your story. We want to know how did you get into these opportunities, what you're finding as challenges in the industry. So first of all, I would like to just ask you, where did the love for visual arts and graphic stats? Or maybe for people who don't know, maybe start by explaining what you do, what you specialize in.
Okay. You the issue of what I do, it's one of the things that stresses me most of the time. I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
I'm a video producer, starting from preps. I do pre-production, production, and post-production, and I also do music production. Yeah, so those are the things I do. In fact, I can say I'm a multimedia producer, if you can put it in short.
Multimedia producer, very very interesting. Where did the love start? Where did it start? Where did you? Because like from what I'm hearing, you are an all-rounder. You love everything that has to do with entertainment. Am I right?
That's me.
Cool.
That's me.
where did
You're
where,
right, man.
where did this love start from? Tell me your story. Tell me your story. Don't leave anything out. Tell me how this love started, and until now we have champ.
I started.
BUT is rebranding and we want you to come vote and be involved. After extensive research was done amongst BUT's internal and external stakeholders, two brand directions were identified, but only one will determine the new VUT brand direction. At VUT, we are fueling the heartbeat of the industry. And
He asked me to do a poster for him. So that's where I started. And then I met a guy called Martin. So Martin is also one of the guys who said to me, "No, man, try Photoshop." Over.
Yeah.
And then even Kane, he told me, "No, you should try Photoshop. Maybe you'll get to know because there's potential in you."
Oh wow.
So that's where I started. I started in April. Yeah.
Oh wow. Cool.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of graphics. You do. I see. You do posters. You do um cover arts, you do logos. I've seen you play around with some 3D branding stuff. You brand companies. How you finding? How you finding? How you surviving as an indie person who has? Maybe my first question should be: what made you wanna start your own company? What made you wanna do it by yourself instead of you going to find work at another company? What made you wanna build this foundation of your own company and doing everything yourself in house?
Um, Initially, I was working with a guy called Vince, ne?
Wow.
From VAR.
I know.
A guy called Vince. No, 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 not
The man who captured the most iconic photograph of Hector Peterson in the arms of Mbuyisa Makubo on the 16th of June 1970. A portrait that the world as a whole will always treasure. His words and
So I started having a problem with the way people would try to conduct you, try to lead you, to rule you, tell you what to do, and try to limit your level of investment in whatever you're doing. So I started to feel like, no, man, I think I should be independent, so that I give it my taste. Because sometimes when you're working under someone, you work according to their taste, which limits you from showing off or showcase what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
So then I thought I should do it independently. And then as time was going, I was not making money, by the way, at first.
Yeah, of course. We all start there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all start there, bro. And the painful part was most of the people I would do project for, they would go make a lot of money doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
One of the guys that I can't mention, he even came to me. He asked me to design logos, and he would present them as if he's the one who did the logos and get the money.
Ah
You know, and
man.
then someone told me like, "No, man, you're being exploited." Then I don't like having animosity with people, especially around the issue of money.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have a problem with you maybe if you're not cooperating when we're working. But the issue of money, I don't want to fight because of money. So I thought, no, let me do it myself. I'll get myself clients. I'll try to approach other people, show them what I'm capable of doing, and then working alone, I do better. Maybe I should start a business and make sure that my vision is taken out, not me working on someone's vision, working under other people. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter, if you have a vision,
Yeah.
your vision is not your employer's vision.
Yeah.
Your
True.
vision is your vision.
True.
And
True.
when you go to work under someone, if you're you end up trying helping them to
Yeah.
get their vision more further. You
Okay.
understand?
Makes
So
sense.
I was like, no, I want to push my own vision. So let me be independent and take it further. Yeah, something like that.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Most of the people that I call on under the show have kind of like a similar outlook on things in terms of they have a vision, they want to build something, and they want to have creative control. Creative control is a big
Yeah.
thing, especially in the age we're living in, and not being intellectual property, having something that you can hold as yours, and it's you own the copyright, and it's something you can leave for generations and generation. I think a lot of people don't understand intellectual property, so for to be independently creative, be free with your creativity, and accumulating like something for you, for building for yourself. How important is that for you?
Sorry, I like the network the
Was
issue of the
Oh
network.
yeah, so like I was talking about like IP, owning your own stuff. I see you do a lot of videos, you do a lot of directing of the videos. So how important is it for you to stay creatively free without being censored, or without anybody telling you this is how you're supposed to do something?
Okay, like to me, for me it's important because I want to deliver. Like I said, that's why I said even with videos, I prefer to work from preps, pre-production, product, because when you give me a project, you're giving me time to go conceptualize, think about what is it that I can give it. So if I just find it difficult to work on someone's concept. That's why I also had a friend. He wanted us to work together, and
Yeah.
we were coming along.
Yeah.
But the problem was his perspective
Yeah.
in the creative industry and my perspective were different.
Oh yeah.
So when I tried to come with concepts, like it's like we were two different people who were not working in the same industry. So
Okay.
I find it very important for me to give in my creativity, so that you should know how creative I am.
Yeah.
Because if I come and I don't invest my creativity or bring forth my creativity, you would never know how far this guy can go. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's why when I'm doing some projects, I tell you as a client, or no, can I give you what I'm capable of giving? If you're not happy,
Yeah.
then you will tell me what you want. Yeah.
Oh, wow, wow. So, just to dive in from a social side, this is not gonna. I know we started by just going in, and I've seen you do some social work. I see you very very active in your community, and you like social. And just for the people who don't know, you really like working in gospel. I've seen you do a lot of gospel stuff. So
Yeah.
with everything that's happening, we're not gonna say a lot about what's happening. We're not gonna sit here and try to decipher what's happening in the world. But what's your feeling? What's your feeling as an indie artist, as something who is very indie in what they do, and they have their own company? How is everything that's happening in the world affecting business or helping you in business, if it is helping you?
Okay. Like you said, or I work a lot in with gospel artists and all that.
Yeah.
That's where I got exposure. I started when I started working. I started with working with a group called Jubilee Praise and Worship.
Okay.
So because that group was performing every time, most of the time they were performing, so people would see their posters, get interest. Who did this? So like I was like, no, let me hold on to this and work on it. Personally, what is happening? The issue of COVID-19. It's affecting me. I can say financially because I'm not getting those gigs anymore. But in terms of from the business perspective, it's not really killing me. In fact, it's giving me enough time to work on my craft. Because my goal is to work, do posters, and that's not really where I'm going.
And
It's
amongst
just that
VUT's
that's where I
internal
started.
and
So if I'm still getting projects, I can't ignore you if you need a poster from me, knowing that I can do a poster. You understand?
Yeah.
But I'm going corporate,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and yeah, so that's where I'm going. If you can check even most of the videos that I've done,
Yeah.
it's corporate.
Yes,
I just did.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was saying I've been looking at your work when you're talking about corporate. I've seen that your niche is different. You're looking at a different market. And this is why I was very very interested in bringing you here, because people are just thinking maybe I'm just gonna bring people who are working on music and popular brands. The reason why I was interested in you is because you targeting, you still doing creative work, very very dope work, but you targeting the corporate. Is that something that you kind of like sat down and you were like, this is what I want to target? Because I see you worked with VUT, I'm seeing you worked with a lot of like real brands, and like I said, businesses and making their logos and animation and all of that. Is this something that you sat down and you were like, this is what I want to focus on, this is the niche that I want to handle?
Yeah, that's my niche, because I've realized already I love motion graphics a lot,
Yeah, yeah.
and working with corporates, it gives me more challenge, and I need challenge to grow. You know, posters is just me being creative, or you just put things together. No, like it's not a lot of work.
Yeah.
It doesn't strain. It doesn't give me that pressure.
Oh yeah.
So there is yeah, there isn't another reason why I like corporate. It's because I like to work in a formal environment. You understand?
Makes
That's
sense.
why even if you can check my posters, most of them they don't have too much stuff, because
Yes.
like I just like to be simple. I believe in simplicity,
Yeah.
because or simplicity is the best. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's why I'm going corporate. That's why I deal with corporate companies. Just that if you give me a project now, because I'm still growing, I have to take it. You understand?
Yeah. Cool.
You need to survive.
And it's good for the pocket.
It's good for the pocket. Yeah, man. We're chasing the paper. So
Yeah.
it's good for the pocket. So I can't say check when to give me a project and it's poster. Like being formal and then I ignore you. It's my field.
No.
Creative in the environment. It's my field.
Yeah.
So whatever project that comes my way, I have to take it.
Yeah.
Just that at the later stage, I want to believe I will get to a level where I will be doing corporate stuff only.
Makes sense. Makes
That's where
sense.
I'm.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I kind of met you or I knew of you was through Vince. The Vince that me and you both know. Um,
Evans.
and I think one thing that kind of like got me excited in finding out who you were, it was you really like knowing things. You absorb information. It doesn't matter if it's in your field, as long as it has something to do with what you're working with, you want to absorb that information. It's rare that you meet guys where if you're in a production or you're doing a shoot and the cameraman, they're interested in what's going on in audio, or they're interested in what's going on in other fields, but you absorb information, you like learning new things, and you try it out. You don't just go and absorb, you actually try it out. Like you said, you actually do music production. I've seen you doing some photography. We talked about your videography. So where do you get that energy, that feel of always wanting to learn more?
Okay. If you can look, I'm an entrepreneur. Ne?
Yeah, yeah.
It's I don't know if this is the right word to use, but I find it stupid to be an entrepreneur and not know how things are done in your business. You
Facts.
understand? I must be at a level where now I specialize with visuals, ne?
Yeah.
And then there's there's someone I can be working with who would be specializing with audio. So I don't want to become that kind of a guy who will go to my sound guy and tell him, or no, do this only thing is not possible.
Yes.
So I need to know everything that is happening in my industry, so that when I tell you, no, I want you to tweak this and that so that it can sound like this, I know it's possible.
Yeah.
So I need to know everything in my field.
Makes sense.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Makes a whole lot of sense. Because for me, how I look at it, like you were saying, it doesn't necessarily mean I want to do all of those things myself. It just means that I know what's going on. So like you said, you handle productions from pre-production to the production itself to post-production, so you need to understand everything that has to do with that change. So it makes a whole lot of sense for me. And with that, for me was like, if you had to choose, I know this is a difficult one. If you had to choose between graphic design and visuals, like shooting videos, which one takes priority, or are they both at the same level? Do you feel like you can save both of them the same way?
If there's a field that I'm so crazy in love with, it's motion graphics, bro.
Yeah, this
I
includes
I'd rather, I would choose motion graphics.
motion graphics.
Yeah,
This includes
I know.
animation.
Yeah, that's animation.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about animation because I'm very, very interested in animation, and I feel like it's an industry in our country which not a lot of people are becoming expert of. What do you think of the animation industry in SA? Do you feel like, or maybe it's just me who doesn't know that there's people out there who do it, but I feel like there's a lack of those people.
I think okay, I don't really like the way it's going in SA,
Yeah.
because if you can check, most of the companies, they take their services comes from abroad,
Oh yeah.
because of the level we're in, people. That's why I'm saying, you see, and corporate level, ne, or corporate industry,
Yeah.
it's it's something that needs someone who knows what they're going to do there,
Mm.
because that's why you find people, you just know how to use I don't know. I don't know if this thing is right, what I'm about to say, ne?
Yeah.
But it's more like owning a Photoshop, and you start to feel like you're a graphic designer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Speak on it.
I don't
Speak on
mean
it.
to. Yeah, yeah. I'm being honest. There are people who would take the fact that, no, I have a car, and you think I can drive. You can have a car and not be able to drive it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
makes sense.
understand?
Yeah.
In SA, most people have access to things,
Oh
ne?
yeah.
But the problem is they don't give themselves time to master one thing. I don't know if I'm gonna be going astray, ne?
No, no, no.
But you
Talk,
asked me
talk it.
about which one would I choose between graphic design and motion graphics, ne?
Yeah, yeah,
I've noticed something, ne?
yeah,
One thing I can say I've noticed with me is being a jack of all trades.
yeah. It's not a.
It's not I. It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The problem with that, ne, is that now you can call me, and you need for an example. I'm
Yes.
gonna do it, and it means, when I'm designing a poster, I'm gaining the zeal. I want to do more of this. You understand?
Yeah.
And then someone calls me tomorrow. They need visuals, motion graphics.
Yes.
Now I'm switching. You don't know what to master. That's why they say a jack of all trades is a master of none.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. It's difficult to master everything that you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why even myself, I want to go to do one thing, which is motion graphics and post production, because I know these things need time.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be doing everything, then you won't be able to master your stuff, and which means you're not gonna be an expert of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because today you're in graphics, tomorrow you are doing audio, the day after tomorrow you are doing video. So you don't invest enough time on. It's difficult, man. It's difficult.
I hear you. I hear you. I have the same. I used to be the guy, to be honest with you, when I was younger, during my studying days, I used to believe that I need to be a jack of all trade for me to survive in the industry. And it kind of like burned me out in terms of like there's a lot of things that you have to learn, because the thing is, most of these things, if you're looking at it from the surface, yes, you can learn it and know how to make a poster on Photoshop, like you said, but you're not going to be able to make a dope poster than somebody who actually sat down and gave themselves time and understand how Photoshop and
Yeah.
efficiency and how to export. You're always gonna have those problems. So I understand what you're saying. A lot of people kind of like get it wrong most of the time when you kind of want to learn these things and think that you want to be an expert. Sometimes it's just a matter of I know enough to if I have to make a quick graphic, I can do a quick graphic. But if I'm doing something that is serious that I want to invest in, I know there's people like you that I can come to, and then I can invest in getting those skills from you. And it's good to hear you saying you want to master that skill, because I feel like a lot of people don't really master that skill to the fullest. There is people out there who do it, but I am very, very, it's hard for me myself to find them out there, and I've seen you work on a lot, some productions, some TV productions. How did that come about? How did you find yourself on set on some of the I don't know if you do series, short stories, or you were doing movies, which one you were doing, but I think I've seen you on some sets.
Yo, man, I that opportunity, like, one thing I do, I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's why you noticed me when I was coming that side, because I'm here.
Yeah.
So, guy, Karabo.
Yeah.
Karabo is Vince's friend.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you. Yeah. So that guy, I always told the guy, you know what? I wanna see myself on set. I wanna see myself there.
Yeah.
So it's the one who got me an opportunity. I went there. I was working. We were working on a series. Yeah, I mean on a drama, the one that's playing on SABC to Bone of My Bones.
One of my
So
bones.
I was, yeah, I was more like an intern there. I was getting to know what's happening, everything there. So
Yeah.
that's how I got myself in through Karabo. He got me. He told them that there's a guy who's interested. Then they called me in. They said I should come, and it was nice to find the pain of going in a field and or they don't even notice you. So I think I gained a lot of experience in that during the process of shooting that season,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's this too. Yeah.
What was your role? What were you interning under? What was the main thing that you had to do in that set?
I was more of an assistant camera operator, camera assistant. Yeah.
Okay. Do you so this leads to my next question. Do you believe in internship? Do you believe in giving other people opportunities to learn from you to expand the industry, or do you believe that there's enough opportunities for people to go and actually intern? Do you believe that it's the problem is people going out and finding these opportunities, or there's just not enough opportunities for people to do that?
I think there are opportunities, and because if there's one thing, especially when I'm gonna look at the TV side, ne?
Yeah.
Man, you would never switch on your TV at home and not find content.
Yeah.
So there's always content, and if you can look at the fact that sometimes TV would repeat an old story. That's a picture. Sometimes, yeah, they would repeat because they want to have content. So if they still run out of content, it means there's still opportunities.
Yeah. So on that, I want us to talk a little bit on that. So a lot of people who I talk to, they will say they have content, but they find it difficult to get their content to these TV stations or these outlets like your Netflix. Have you ever encountered some of that? Have you ever worked with somebody who maybe you can share some of the secrets on how they got that, or something about it? Do you think it's just the lack of finding information or giving ourselves time to research and find ways to get our content in there, or do you feel like the industry is that closed that it's difficult to get your content to the people?
Okay. I haven't worked with anyone who have made it in front of me.
Yeah.
But one thing I've experienced, I worked with this guy called Shakes Mufuleng.
Yeah.
So I was doing his music video,
Yeah.
and we had to take it to one gospel, for an example.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When I got there, people before I went there, people were telling me, no, you need to know who, you need to know this person, you need to know the right people. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
On
Yeah.
a serious note, I just went there. I just went there with my content. I gave them my content. They played it. You understand? And they did tell me already they will go through it. They will check if it is. Even with Netflix,
Yeah.
it's not every camera that they take. There are lists of cameras. I was researching about it on how do you get your movie on Netflix,
Yeah.
and they listed the cameras that you should use.
Okay. That's a
So the problem
recommendation.
is sometimes, yeah, sometimes the problem with us is that just because we're capable of doing something, we tend to turn a blind eye on the importance of what they need. They will tell you, it's like for an example, you go to apply in university and they told you no, the courses are closed or they are full.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you continue, you keep going there, knowing what they said it's full. You feel like no, me now will make it. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah,
I think that's a problem with us. We will create a content, create a very beautiful stuff, but not meeting the criteria in terms of which color did you use, the color grading, those kind of things. Whenever you feel like oh, it's the best, when you take it to them, because they told you what they want, and whenever you felt like no, I'm gonna be a lucky guy. It's not only, especially creative industry.
yeah,
If you find people who really know what they want,
yeah,
like work
yeah,
in this industry, you
yeah.
need to have something they need.
Yeah, so to saying, it's a big in terms of knowing what these outlets are looking for. A lot of people's stuff gets rejected not because it's not dope content, just because of the technicalities of what the station wants. Because they didn't do the education and understanding what are the delivery, how do you deliver a movie to Netflix, and they're not willing to sit in those meetings and understand what goes on. Because I've seen content which is beautiful content, but it didn't meet the criteria because of the about masters of jack of all trades, masters of none. They don't know what encoder to use, they don't know what resolution to use, they don't know how to export and still maintain the quality, they don't know how to infuse, do color correction and all of those things. Can you expand a little bit more how how important is that for any creative who is giving out content or who's that you're using?
Okay, like it's very important, ne? Because like I said, let's put the fact that I know Chuck, I will give check and he will take it. Let's follow the right route now.
Yeah.
If 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 I want the problem is this terminology, low budget film, low budget film. This thing
Yeah.
is going to kill us.
Yes.
Because we're gonna say no, it's a low budget film, but we're using low camera. Can't There should be at least something very valued. If they need black magic as for an example,
Yeah.
give them black magic. Have maybe cheap cars in your product, cheap everything, Mara. In terms of technique, because
Yeah.
when they reject you, you're gonna follow their rules. And another people want to go out to get things like I know media is expensive, bro. It's very.
Yeah, very
We don't want to
expensive.
write proposals. We don't want to go look for a sponsorship because most of the films that you are seeing here on TV, they're sponsored.
Yeah.
And when I just because you don't want to invest your time in writing things that needs to be written for you to get sponsorship, you just okay cameras. When you go with HD, not ultra HD, HD.
Yeah.
Don't remember they also representing themselves.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
are.
another problem with that we encounter, especially graphic designers.
Yeah.
When I want to design a post, and you send me a picture that you took with your phone, you know, your selfie kind of a picture. Okay, now at least technology is growing. There are those phones that can take proper pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
But imagine you took with those old phones and you'll be like, no, just use it. Remember, I'm going to design using vectors. Vectors don't pixelate. So your only picture is going to make my poster ugly. And when the poster is ugly, they're not gonna blame you, Chuck, as the artist. They are going to blame me as the designer. So
Makes
these
sense.
people when they say give us a 4K resolution, they want to protect their brand.
Yeah.
So even myself, when I say, Chuck, go for photo shoot, I want to protect my brand. And remember another thing, ugly picture takes away your energy when you are designing. It doesn't give you the. You become lazy already, So people need to understand already the reason why things are going the way they are right now. You're being rejected. I know maybe sometimes you may be rejected when you think you qualified, but sometimes let's try to find out.
Yeah.
Let's try to find out what's really the problem. Because sometimes it's like when you are rejected, say, they rejected me, it's fine. And then you give up. You don't even want to know why did you reject me? Ask them why.
Makes sense.
Yeah, then they will tell you, then you go fix it.
Makes sense. Hey man, some really 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 jewels that you're dropping here. I like this conversation, man. So I mean, in the industry that we're in, there's different ways to kill a cat. If I put it that way, there's always an option, a second option, a third option, and a fourth option. And now we're living in an age of information. I mean, did you get any formal education in terms of what you're doing? And when I say that, I mean in terms of running a business. I make a point in this stage. It's most of the people that I'm bringing here are running businesses. There's certain things that come with running a business. There's certain images that you have to keep to run a business. There's certain language or certain information that you have to know. Besides the creativity, how are you equipping yourself or setting yourself up as a businessman in terms of you approaching everything in a professional manner, you understanding pricing, understanding target markets, understanding how to brand yourself? How are you maneuvering that space right there?
I'm one guy. I consult. I
Our,
consult. Yeah, you see, like let's look at pricing for an example.
yeah,
If you want to give me a project that I've never worked on, I will tell you. Can you give me time? I'll get back to you. Then I consult people that I know. Okay, this one has worked on this kind of a project, or go. I mean, there are, for an example, if you're calling me for camera and I don't on internet, you
yeah,
go there, you check how are these people rating their stuff. Because sometimes a pricing can kill you.
yeah,
You go, you undercharge, and they feel like, why is this person undercharge?
yeah. It's not quality.
Sometimes being too low can kill your business. Being too high can also kill your business.
Talk
So it's
about it.
important research, research. And one thing that I also do, I attend business seminars.
Oh,
I
oh,
go there, listen to how other people are making it. I also follow other people, because when you're running a business, one thing that you need to make sure that goes, it's sales volume. So
yeah,
I also do check other experts on internet who would give you advices on how you can push your sale volumes, those kind of people. So
mm,
I do research, I check. I don't just put a price when I maybe you call me, be like, how much can you charge me for this? And be like, maybe 20. No, I want to know what other people are doing. And if I feel like you're not giving me time to consult, if you know about it, I would ask you, okay, you sound like you know about this thing. I've
mm,
never worked on this.
yeah,
How did you work on it previously?
yes,
You understand?
yeah,
Even though sometimes it can kill you, because sometimes some people can tell you no, but I paid 50, only to find out no, they paid 100.
yeah.
They just
That's
want to exploit. So the best thing that you can do, or the best advice I can give, is consult people who are in the same industry as you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even though others can be greedy and not give you all the information you need, but you need to build friendship, teamwork,
mm,
and networking. I
yeah,
do have people that I know, they do what I do.
yeah,
And as much as I know, if I have many clients, I can give them, no, bro, can you handle this for me?
hmm,
They also do the same. You
mm,
build relationship. We're not in this industry to compete each other.
yeah,
No, we want to grow the industry. That's why we collaborate sometimes.
yeah,
Like Chuck, you sing. Sometimes you would feature another artist.
yeah, yeah.
If you're gonna have a problem with featuring an artist, then forget.
Yeah, so you
When
talk.
when I was studying editing, they said um, but in progress through sharing.
Yeah, yeah,
So the only way you can make it is through sharing.
yeah. Um, it's important, and I like the fact that you raised that up because at the indie state, that's one of our main objectives is to show people out there, either upcoming or already doing their own thing, so they can see there's other people out there who are doing the same thing, so they can have this information, and we can have a community where we share this information. you know
Yeah.
um there's probably something other people are struggling with, which you might talk about and it might help somebody else. This is what this platform is here for. And I really like the fact that you said even if you have projects, and the projects, sometimes you pass some projects to other people and let other people handle some other projects. And I know that you do this because I know you have a relationship with a lot of people in the industry in terms of a lot of things, a lot of people.
A lot.
So how important is it to have relationships in the industry, have those people that you can share with, and having that circle of people that you can trust, that they can do the work, and you guys know that we maintain the same quality and having a same understanding?
Like, Mina, I just like the reason why I work with I build relationships, ne, is because I know tomorrow I'll be down, ne, and Chuck, you have a lot of projects and you can handle them.
Yeah.
So if we build relationship, I can just call you, hey, bruh, the business is rough time around.
Yeah.
You give me a project because I also give you projects.
Yeah.
Sometimes project, last year I had a project, ne?
Yeah.
And everything was okay. The budget, every equipment was ready, but
Yeah.
something happened which was beyond my control.
Yeah.
And if I did not have a relationship with other people, I
Yes.
wouldn't have made that project because already the client we had discussed the cost with the clients, and the cost was according to what we had by that time.
Yes.
But things changed. When things changed, it means that budget was no longer um, affording to pay everything that we have to deliver because I had to make other plans. But because I had relationships, I called guys, bruh, I have a project. This is what happened. I had quoted the client this much
Yeah.
based on what I had, but something happened and I really need backup. They came, they helped me, and the project was completed.
Wow.
So it is very important to build relationships
Wow.
with people who are in the same industry as you. Sometimes like if I'm in post producer also, if I have 5 music videos for an example and they all needed maybe in jiffy, ne?
Yeah.
It means I have to make sure that I find someone who's also a
Yeah.
relationship with. That person might charge me more than what I had, which means I'm going to run into a loss. But if we are please to come, check, I will promise you I have enough. I had plans, but I didn't know when we were going to have plans. So can you help me?
Yes.
It's easy when we build relationships.
Yeah, it's I hear what you're saying. So looking from the projects that you do, I see you do, like you said, you do a lot of corporate, and that's what you wanna kind of like focus on. But the way I look at the things that you do in corporate and how you approach it, you're not approaching, because every time when you talk to people who are in the industry that we're in, especially creative industry, and you talk about corporate, they think this boring, mundane, always straight in the line, kind of like work. But I see the way you look at it, you put fun in making these projects. When I look at your animations, when I look at how the style of the videos is getting shot, it's not the typical, this is a corporate video where I can see from the beginning I don't want to watch this sometimes. You know what I'm saying? What I like about you is when I look at your corporate videos, even if the subject matter is not really, really important, it's interesting just to watch it and be like, wow, this was really shot well. It's interesting because there's a lot of things happening, the animation, the transition, and everything. Do you think that comes from you, from the love of music, from the love of being creative and always running your creative juices? Do you think that gives you an edge in the corporate industry?
Sorry, you said that gives me a like from what it gives me.
Um,
No longer, no
sorry.
longer getting you.
Sorry. Apologies to the people out there too. So I was saying, do you feel like, because when I look at your video, I can see the creativity juices and it's interesting, and I can see that this is somebody who's very, very creative, and you shoot it differently. It doesn't have the old boring corporate feel. Do you think because of your creative juices and always collaborating with people in other different areas, not only just in corporate, gives you that edge of making these videos look the way they are?
Yeah, like I think maybe it's because of my flexibility. Because like you said, I also do music. So sometimes when you're designing, ne, remember we start with the design. When you design, you have the idea. Okay, I want to animate it like this. So when you combine it with music, maybe if it's a video animation without taking video clips.
Yes.
So when you're animating, you need to go with the beats. You need to understand what's happening. You understand? Because one thing I've noticed,
Yeah.
there's a way of presenting things. Sometimes you can present something to someone and they don't really enjoy watching it.
Yes.
There are those boring videos, like you said. But now, personally, I think based on the many people that I have relationship with and industries and I mean levels or departments of the industry, music, graphics, it gives me more room to play. You understand? Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want you people to watch my videos and get bored.
Yes.
I make sure that I deliver the message professionally. Mara, there must be something, man, to keep you connected to the video until the end.
Well, that makes a whole lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. And like as we have established, you work with a lot of like gospel bands, in terms of creating their posters, and you have worked with other, genres of music. You have done posters for me. You've done posters for some artists. I've referred some artists to you and some people to you, because I really like the way you do things, and then you pay attention to like detail and quality and everything. So, you know, just looking at the future, we have established that you wanna focus more on corporate because that's what you're really passionate about. Do you feel like as a company, Champ Up Media, what more other things do you think you guys are gonna get involved with? Do you think there's any other thing that you guys will be interested in, other services that you guys will probably be offering to the public?
You mean services out the media industry or
No, it's still in the media industry aside of like making posters or making corporate videos. What other services do you think Tampa Media will be the one stop shop for?
oh yeah, like another thing that we building, it was part of Temper Media, just that I did not have the expertise.
Yeah,
So I had to make sure that I bring someone who has the expertise.
yeah.
It's marketing. We
Oh,
need to like yeah, we need to have a marketing agency as a company to make
okay.
sure that we market our clients. Because one thing that we want is to have you as a client coming to me and tell me what your vision is for the
Yes,
business, and then
yes,
I handle everything from
yes.
starting from graphic design, advertising, marketing. We also to handle the brand management, to make sure that we put if you are selling things, we put your stuff
Hmm.
at the retailers. Yeah,
Ooh.
we want to do that.
Okay.
That's how far we're going, because we want to make sure that especially black, because we see it's difficult to do certain things,
Yes, yes.
because we one thing is we're not connected. You understand? So
Yes.
we want those people who think they are not connected. We want to be their connection.
Hmm.
We want to make sure that if Chuck is selling t-shirts and we can see that these t-shirts can sell, we
Yes.
want to be part of maybe helping you on how can your t-shirt sell, how
Mm-hmm.
can you get your t-shirt to Markham, for an example, to Mr. Price, for an example. We want to do that. We don't want your products to be sold on the street almost every day. We want your brand to grow,
Hmm.
because everyone who's owning a spaza shop, they want to own shops like Pick and Pay at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to be that
Hmm.
for you to climb. Yeah.
Hmm. That's very smart. In the position that you at, the fact that I can come to you, um, I can get a poster, I can get a video made, a promotional video made, and still get help in the marketing. It's a one stop shop. That's a brilliant idea. I'm with you on that one. And knowing you one person that I know who is good with people. You're not scared to start conversation. You're not scared to tell people what you're doing, and you're proud of what you're doing, which is one thing that I know. That's why I know that it's gonna work out, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen you have done some work for Makazi. I have to bring this one up.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
how how did that come about? Our queen. How did that?
Yo, man, you know what happened?
Yeah.
Um, During that saga stuff that was happening,
Yes. Yes.
um, she posted something on internet on how, when people want to if they want to book her, whatever.
Yeah.
So I did not know that those contacts would get me straight to her. So I took
Yeah.
my phone out. Like, no, this is an opportunity. Let me call her. I called. I did not know that I was calling Makad's friend.
Herself. Yeah.
So when I called, we spoke, and then I told her, no, I saw this and this on the internet. I told her straight, I was not impressed by the way it was designed and all
Design.
that.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
said,
yeah.
no, show me what you're capable of,
Yeah.
you know. Then I did.
Yeah.
Then after that, I kept quiet. I waited for a call. She
Yeah.
called me. Whenever she needs something, she calls me. She tells me,
Wow.
no, I need. But what one thing I did, something that everyone needs to do if you are running instigator, you
Yeah.
must initiate.
Yes.
Don't expect people to keep on like. I'm a graphic designer. How many graphic designers do we have out there?
Yes. There's a lot
And
out
me,
there.
I'm gonna sit down and expect Chuck to. I can't sit down and expect Chuck to call me.
Yes.
You might call someone else.
Yes.
So immediately when I see you, I want to work with this person. I call you. Hey, I want to work with you.
I can
I'm
offer
not
you
afraid
this.
of. The problem sometimes is pride. You
Yes.
feel like you have made it to a level where you can't be calling people that you can't ask for projects. I
Yes.
ask for a project. I call you. Can I work with you? Can I do this for you?
Yeah.
And I make sure that you understand, we are running business. It's not because one thing that people also fail. It's me coming to Chuck and say, Chuck, can I do this for you?
Yes.
And then he said, oh yeah. And then you don't even discuss the business side of it. So I went there, I told her I'm running a business, I do this, and I'd really like to work with you. She gave me an opportunity, and I'm very much happy. She's a very nice person to work with, if I must say. She's a very nice person, and I enjoy working with her.
So you made a very very valid point. That's why I respect you so much as a business person, because you see opportunities and you grab those opportunities and you stay ready all the time. Because if you were able to call her and tell her I can do better and send her that means you're always ready to do something. It's not something that you're still trying to figure out, and you were ready for that opportunity, and that opportunity came and you took the opportunity, because the guy who had the opportunity didn't respect the opportunity because they didn't do something that the
Yeah.
artist kind of like. I like that. And one thing I would like to say, just to add on that, at the indie state, is you have to go out there and tell people needs to know about your work. Nobody's gonna come to you and be like, what do you do? You have to show people your work. You have to bring people, but sometimes those people don't know there's better out there, so you gotta put yourself out. It's and competition.
Yeah.
It's what business is, Coca-Cola and Pepsi are in competition. It doesn't mean that if you love Pepsi you hate Coca-Cola. It just means that you prefer Pepsi. So somebody might prefer your skills over somebody because of the way you work with them. Like you said, now you can call her and she calls you when she needs something. That's very very good to keep you and retain your customer. It's not a getting a client, it's something, but having that client come back for something again and again, that means you have done what you're supposed to do as a business. You have presented your work and they love your work and they love the way you work with them. You always deliver in time. You always make sure that if you're not going to deliver in time, you communicate with them. All of those things, those simple things, play a huge role in you being a business and you running a business, instead of just you sitting there and waiting for somebody to come and discover you. I like the fact that you go and take, you take that opportunity and you're always willing to look for these people and always finding these things. So we're gonna close now. But what I just want to talk about, what is Aluwani working on? What is what are you doing in this lockdown? And then I'm gonna give you a surprise, which is 10 questions. Just top of your head, you can just answer them quick. So what is Aluwani working on?
Man, 10 questions. What's that?
Simple questions. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, you better not. Okay. Now, this look, I'm my skate, I'm grading. And again, I'm working on 3D animation. 3D animation project that I did. It's not yet ready to be taken
Display.
to public.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now, the other day I was sitting, I was like, I think I need 365 days lockdown.
Yeah.
That was me. I was like, no, I think I need to hide somewhere, just myself,
Yes.
because I'm growing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm growing.
That's
Yeah,
good
I'm
to hear.
always trying new things. I'm discovering. The only thing that is left right to be open for everyone, and I go and
Do your work.
implement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
I'm
what
I'm
I'm doing.
I'm really really happy to hear that. That motivates me too. I'm usually scared to say that. I wish lockdown was every day, but for those who know me, they know I'm very
Yeah,
efficient. I'm very efficient when I'm in a closed area and I'm outside of the world. Not saying that we don't want to get in touch with the world, but you can be your creative juices run differently when you have this time to yourself. So the 10 questions.
yeah, that's me.
Cool. So question one, favorite camera.
My favorite camera is Black Magic Acer, man.
Black Magic Acer. That's your favorite camera. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Favorite editing suite. Which editing suite are you using for your videos?
It's right now, eh? I was using Adobe
Yeah, yeah,
Studio,
yeah.
but I just discovered something. Right now, I'm working on DaVinci.
DaVinci.
Yeah, I'm working on for video post production. In terms of animation,
Yeah.
I'm still on Adobe. Yeah,
Adobe.
but
Okay.
right now, my favorite is Adobe.
Well. If you were stranded in a desert and you had to take 5 things, what are the 5 things that or you can
No,
request?
just that the desert does not, the desert does not have electricity.
Well,
The first thing,
let's assume this is a perfect desert where you have electricity.
I'll take my PC with me, man. Yeah, no, I can't leave this thing.
Of course.
And again, yeah, a camera.
A
I think I'll
camera.
take a camera
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, what else can I take? Because those are the things I work with. I take videos, I edit them, because that's what I would be doing. Maybe some sound. Yeah, I'd need to have sound around me. Music.
Music.
Yeah.
Our cool. Um, do you? I think we have already established that you like corporate, but when you're doing music videos, do you prefer having overall creative control, or do you want the artist to bring some of that creativity with them so that you guys can collaborate? Which one works well for you?
Okay. Personally, I prefer you as an artist to tell me, you to call me and tell me what your song is about. I
Yeah.
go conceptualize. If you don't like my concept, then we can work around. But I like to give a concept first, because remember, I'm in a creative industry and I'm not a tool. So I'm that one person who also thinks. So I want
Okay.
to take out my creativity.
Oh,
Yeah, because I like to be behind the scene of the creativeness of the project.
makes sense. Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. Alright. Cool, man. I don't even think we're gonna get to Chen because most of the questions that I was gonna ask you already answered in the interview. At the indie state, our main objective is to celebrate you guys, is to celebrate these guys who are in the background, the guys who are building their own foundation, the guys who are doing the stuff themselves, the guys they dig and not waiting for somebody to come and present something to them. And you as Aluwani, we really I want to celebrate you with everything that you're doing, and I want to wish you luck with everything that you're doing. I want to see you succeed. I want to see Tampa Media doing everything that you want it to do. And from our family, we like to say, man, keep up the great work. Keep on doing what you're doing and keep on sharing information. I know you're big on that. Keep on helping the kids. Keep on helping people in your community. And me personally, I would like to thank you for actually giving me this time to have this conversation with you. And I hope somebody out there is gonna learn something. I've learned a lot, especially from the business perspective and actually just having confidence. Anything that you wanna say to the people out there?
One thing I can say to the people out there is, from the business perspective, or as an advice in life,
Yeah.
fails us, or the reason why sometimes we fail to make it's because you want to use the strategy that was used by Chuck.
Yes.
So one thing I can say to people is, for us to grow, let's be ourselves, because you can use water to water the tree, and the tree will grow. But if you use the very same water with the fire, it can only stop the fire. You understand? So
Yeah.
because Chuck uses plan A to grow, it does not necessarily mean plan A
Will always work.
can help me. You need to find people need to do something, be original, be authentic. You understand?
More.
So I think that's the advice I can tell, and also to say, you know, people needs to stop seeing difficulty in opportunities.
Yeah.
This when this lockdown, ne?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a problem, especially for those who are working because their employers can't, you know, some of them are being retrenched, you know.
Yeah.
But for those who want to empower themselves, this was the great opportunity you would ever get in life.
Yeah.
So in when we difficulties, try to transform that difficulty into an opportunity, then make use of that opportunity. We were in lockdown, things were down, but look at where I am right now.
Yeah.
I've moved from maybe 5 to 8 in terms of growth because
Yeah.
now I'm learning new things. I'm on another level in terms of growth. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's what I can say.
Wow.
And
That's
also thank you to everyone I've worked with. You, I've worked with a lot of people.
yeah.
If I mention them,
It's too
there
much.
are many. You might switch off the lines, but there are people that I think I should. I would really thank people like Vince. You know Vince, Botiani,
Yeah, yeah. Vince
those guys.
Diane.
Yeah, those are, yeah, people like oh, I know there are too many.
Yeah. I think
There are too
yeah.
many. I don't want to mention. Yeah, but I should thank my pastor, man. My pastor also prays for me.
Amen. Amen.
I He gives me courage. You know, sometimes when I'm down,
Yeah.
she gives me courage. And how can I not thank my mom who supports me
Amen.
with
Amen.
everything I do, man? You know, I was studying internal auditing, and when I was like, I want to go for it, I thought she was gonna fight me, but she said, no, my son, if it works for you, go for it. So I really can't let you take the lines without thanking my mom.
That's
Yeah,
that's
so yeah.
that's that's good one there, and we thank mom for letting you do what you do best, and keep on learning. I'll be watching. I really want to see this 3D. I've seen you post about it, and when you're playing around, I'm always looking. I'm that guy. So I'm gonna be waiting
Yeah.
for that. Maybe we can work on a production or something together. I know it's gonna happen in the future. But again, thank you for tuning in, brothers. I'll always bring you people that you might not know, but these people are doing great things.